one thing is very common is we have been practicing zero trust in defense for many decades.
Yes.
And I came to full trust in Flipkart. And now in the industry, everyone is talking about zero trust. Yes, so as a CISO, we need to look at holistically. If we talk about well-known niche cybersecurity framework, right? We keep talking about identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, welcome to yet another episode of the Gaurav Batra show. Today, I have someone along with me who has diverse experience in cybersecurity. He comes with a background in defense. He spent 20 plus years over there and have around 5 to 7 years of industrial experience. He worked in consulting, e-commerce, and now he's CISO of Godrej Boyce manufacturing organization. And here with me, it's Ambarish Singh. Hello Ambarish, welcome to the GB show.
Thank you, Gaurav. Thanks for this time.
So Ambarish, I think you started your career in 1994, right, in defense. So how you started and how the cybersecurity happens to you?
Yeah, so defense, as usual, we joined as an electoral officer and we were doing regular stuff. When we thought of cyber wing, so since I was interested in IT, so some of us were picked up. We started the journey, cyber security journey in defense. We started learning, reading by yourself because in Navy, you don't have luxury of hiring people from outside. You have to
Yes.
train people what you have
Exactly.
inside and build those skills. And today, I think have a very good uh, bank of skills people those who take care of the cyber security aspects of Indian Navy.
Okay, and I think you had great experience in training people, mentoring, and making them sure that they are doing cybersecurity. And then you decided that you started your career, then e-commerce, Flipkart. You spent a long time, and now in manufacturing. How you see the difference, and as per you, where the cybersecurity is the critical function in all the areas.
Yeah, so I think this is the typical question I keep getting.
Okay.
What is difference you see from defense to corporate?
Yeah.
So one thing is very common is we have been practicing zero trust in defense for many decades.
Yes.
And I came to full trust in Flipkart. And now in the industry, everyone is talking about zero trust.
Yes.
Second thing, in my view, whatever the experience I have, to any cybersecurity program to succeed, if there are two, three factors is very important. One is the leadership commitment. If you do not have leadership commitment, any cybersecurity program is going to fail. Because if something is being only driven by the CISO, you might be able to succeed, implement certain initiative, but overall it will fail.
Yeah.
A second thing is the culture of the company, and which has to be the tone of the organization has to be set by the leadership. A third thing, if we talk about, is the as a CISO, as a leadership, how you managing that change. If you are
Okay.
able to manage that change, you are able to put across your things well, take the stakeholder along with you. Cybersecurity program will succeed.
Okay, and when we talk about change and the most critical aspect, incident management, and we had a ever evolving threat landscape, and that incident management program always need to change, right? And as a CISO's journey, or as a current time, how you give importance to incident management and how you manage that response plan for you and your team.
Yes, so as a CISO, we need to look at holistically. If we talk about well-known niche cybersecurity framework, right? We keep talking about identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover.
Yeah.
If you are able to identify your assets, you should be able to identify the threats, and you should be able to protect. And if you're not able to protect, you should be able to detect if something is happening.
Yeah.
And then if things may go wrong, right? If you have then only the IR comes into play. Then if you have stronger IR, then you are able to respond and recover well. First thing. Second thing is in this process the things will go wrong. So it is important to have a very well thought through incident response process in place. You are practicing it. And the core element of any incident response process is you are thinking through what kind of threat landscape you have, what are the what are the stakeholders that are key to your incident response.
Okay.
Do they know their roles and responsibility? How quickly they can react? Do they know their infrastructure? Do they know each other roles and responsibility in the time of crisis, etc.
Okay.
And if you are able to practice that well, and if I think that is where the game will change.
Okay, so I can take out that you're saying the roles and responsibility and maybe transparency between all these stakeholders, how fast they can recover, and when they are in the situation of crisis, like how they can actually communicate better, right? So communication is a key aspect of any incident management. Maybe from you today we will like to learn more about that what kind of different communications we need to have as part of the incident management and how we can make it if more effective.
Sure. I think in any incident response, communication is the key.
Yes.
I was doing one course from the Harvard, and they gave a typical example of one of the company. They lost more money not due to the breach, but due to the ineffective communication by the leadership. And leadership keep doing the same mistake time and again. They were trying to hide, and they lost the customer faith. Over a period of time, they lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, as a CISO, the first thing is you should not panic. Things
Okay.
will go wrong, be calm, and you need to manage the upward communication, lateral communication, downward communication. You need to understand what the breach is. Do you need to inform your customer? If at all you have to inform your customer, what kind of communication has to go? That has to be duly vetted by the legal team, yourself, by looking at the what kind of breach you have. And do you have any compliance requirement, legal obligation to inform your customers? If so, you should do it. Second thing is you should keep things very clear that who will communicate to whom. Nobody should communicate with the employees, any user other than the core team. And should have a strict guideline around it. Who will communicate, what has to be communicated, and what is the channel. And you should spearhead that. No communication should go to anybody bypassing you. So that you want to communicate, you want to control that so that right communication go to the right people. It's not over communication. At times it
Yeah.
kills. Under communication also will lose the faith of the customer and the faith of the employees because tomorrow it may come out in news, right?
Yeah,
So you have to
exactly.
weigh that out. And if you need to keep looking out whether this news should not go out unnecessary, out of the proportion, because actually what happens today, even if you take example of 3 months back, airport case, right? The
Yeah.
fiber optic was cut, and people are thinking that it is ransomware and airport is down, etc. Right? It comes in news like that.
Exactly.
And that damages the reputation. And once today that's the issue, if it is on social media, you can't reverse the things, the damage is already done. But one challenge when we look into the communications is specifically for each and every incident or technical stuff we have the playbooks, okay? But for communication there's never been a good example of playbook, like as a CISO how you will what incident you will report, how you will report, what is the time you need to report. And there's a even if we are doing the simulations, the overall technical simulation will happen, but communications are not there. The templates, how you say the templates are need to be part, or how to make that communication a great integral part of a good incident management system. Some thoughts on that?
Yes, as I said, conducting a cyber drill involving all stakeholders in the cyber drill is important. Unity, the communication is a key part. So you should have some draft communication ready. Like suppose in case of ransomware, suppose you want to communicate to the customer. Like suppose your customer data is ransomware. What kind of communication should go? If you have the draft, you need to tweak that at the last moment because you know what kind of breach has happened. If you don't have anything ready, you are going to waste a lot of time. At that point of time, you are running short of time because you have to take care of the incident response. Somebody, every second people want to update. Probably you have to manage a lot of things. So if you are able to have that playbook about communication, about the customer, about the leadership communication, about the CERT IN, right? Regulatory requirement. What communication should go to CERT IN in case of ransomware? And if you do not have confirmation, if you just know that something has gone wrong, what kind of communication should go to the employees, to your third party, to your critical partners? Because if they get to know from the third sources rather than you, things will come in different way, right?
Yeah.
So this is something which I have seen, like the decision-making part of communications. Like we are having CISOs or the IT security leads. Let something has happened, and they have to report it back, right? The decision-making, if we call it a incident or still investigate more, and everyone gets shivering, if this is actually I should report to my management or not. maybe you have a great experience of 25 years. Any case studies or any example of a better communications or anything which you have driven it differently, anything which comes in your mind and you like to share with our audience?
Any of
Yes,
your
I think
experience?
recently I did unalerted cyber drill.
Unalerted cyber
Unalerted.
drill.
It
Okay.
means in the organization, except me, nobody was knowing there is an incident drill I am going to conduct. Even if my
Okay.
team was not knowing. Nobody.
Mm.
And I must say, first 4-6 hours, all were acting like it's a real incident.
Okay.
After 6 hours only, I told some of the key members that this is a drill. And then after 8 hours, I told soft team this is a drill.
Mm.
Unless they were reacting, this is a real incident. I was
Okay.
just watching what people are doing, what as per the IR, who was supposed to do what, and then we had a debrief. The war room was created, and the war room actually got closed morning 4 a.m. We
Okay.
started at 2 p.m. and closed at 4 a.m. Just see and then I ensured that people react as they will react in the real time. I involved our third party partners also. I told them, okay, this is situation how we react.
Mm.
And in that we also tested the communication part. Leadership, I actually communicated to leadership. This is what has happened. For them, I told them this is a drill, but this is how I need a confirmation whether we should inform to the customers. Sort I and this is what the communication I am sending. Legal team waiting that at the night 11 p.m. That itself shows the urgency and people are able to understand that criticality of the situation. And that
Okay.
is how I keep telling is that unalerted exercise is closer to the reality, and that is how we can be more prepared. And see, no matter how much we prepared, reality will be different. But at least you can practice what you can do at your disposal.
Yep, that's amazing. And I think one last thing which I will like to ask you, like, most of the time CISOs say like, okay, incident can come anytime. And will that let you sleep in the night?
Yeah, so I sleep well in the night because I strongly believe in that we should do whatever we can do today to improve the security. There is nothing like 100% security, and we should be confident what we are doing. We know what is our risk, and we should be certified that we are pushing the bar high every day,
Okay.
and we have the full support of leadership and stakeholders. So you feel that even if something will go wrong, people are there with you.
Sure, and also I think effective team management, and you are a great leader. And for the upcoming young entrepreneurs, young cybersecurity leaders, or any message you want to give?
So I think they should believe in themselves, what they are doing. Stick to the basics. Don't look at you will receive the zero trust from day one. Stick to your people, process, technology. Ensure that they are overlapping, complementing each other. That is how the success you will have. At times, what happens is a lot of technologists, right? They don't like to do any process or policy, right? They feel that this is the GRC work. GRC is equally important than the VAPT, right?
Sure.
So people, process, and technology has to complement each other. That is what the success we will have. And be confident and look at cybersecurity career as a long term. Don't look at the short term goals.
Thank you, Ambarish, for being on the GB show. It was really nice talking to you. And as we have a hamper for you, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Okay, everyone, I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for staying tuned.